Alright guys, so welcome to episode 6. This is the episode where I decide it's time to take a risk. The year is 2017. So I talked to my brethren TJ, who was also my DJ, and I said to TJ, I said, look, I want to partner with you on this project. And let's get it done. He was full 100 and we moved in.
Drew's basically a dream of the man Ricardo Drew coming to life. It was something that he always spoke about, always wanted to do a show featuring some of his friends, artists, DJs, entertainers from all over the world here in Antigua.
The day of the event comes and we're preparing. And I was standing there with my friend Josh.
Started to set up, and I remember Kevin Alexander, No Limit. He came to the venue and he looked up into the sky and he said, boy, look like we're in for some monstrous rain. I'm like, nah man, that's gonna blow over.
We look up at the sky for the whole day and we're just hoping that, it's a mistake. Get the venue set up, everything is set up and ready to go. The buzz is in the air. People are buying tickets. Antiguans are very last minute. Let's just be real here.
The energy on the island is high. So we're expecting a sold out show, Fans are coming up, asking for pictures everywhere. It was just a great energy. So night of the event now, we leave the hotel.
Night of the show, we pull up to the show, myself, DJ Steven, couple other artists, couple other DJs, hosts, everybody, full band, everything there, ready. And rain started fall. Now it's raining, but they say rain is only stop cricket. I would say in the Caribbean, at least I would say in Trinidad, right? And we see rain start to fall. So alright, cool, we go wait a little bit, the people and them, some people sheltering, some people jumping up in the rain.
It's raining, it's a decent rain, it's not no strong shower or anything like that. So you think to yourself, okay, this is just gonna blow over. So I go in the car and I sit down and I'm waiting for the rain to pass. And then all of a sudden, it's like, I don't know what happened. I don't know if Zeus came down, if God said, boy, Drew, I'm angry with you. But he just opened up the clouds and it started to storm. When I say storm, I mean it's pouring rain to the point where the back of the stage is flooding at this point.
Freak showers, it's just pouring rain, like monsoon pouring. I was like, this is ridiculous. I'm like, this has got to be one of those passing powerful showers. This can't last for a long time.
That was a hurricane fit. They have wet fits, but that wasn't a wet fit. That was a hurricane fit.
I kid you not. It's like the sky just ripped open and God started pouring water just over and over and over and over. I have never seen so much rain on an event in my life. Never.
The rain that came down that night, it was absolutely insane. It was like a tropical storm that they did not tell us about, It was coming down, like everybody was on the tents, people weren't in the venue, the cars were getting stuck in the parking lot. I just honestly thought that we just had to call it a night and just tell everybody to just go home.
Jesus Christ, I'm in the car and I'm beating the steering wheel because I'm just so pissed. I had invested so much money in this and I was just like, I'm gonna lose it.
Trying to make my way to the parking lot to see what was going on. There's about 400 or 500 cars just parked with the lights on. People can't come out, it's so much rain, they can't get into the venue. And it rained and rained and rained, and people in the VIP were just crammed together because there was so much rain, to the point that people started to go home. People left the event because it's tremendous. You're walking on the ground, it's like a river.
I go in the back and Liro, Bubba, Steven, all of them, they are on top. Like who's on top of the table, who's standing on top of boxes, because the backstage is just flooded. It's just You know, it was horrible.
This real thing, I went up on the table and stand up, and I watching Stephen and saying, yo, this is insane, dog. I never seen nothing like this in my life, and we're not leaving.
And then when it came time to perform now, I remember Stephen and Lero pulling me aside, because at that point in time you could see it on my face, like, man, I just screwed up. Like, I risked it all and I lost it all.
You know, we're there and we're watching Drew, and of course his energy keeps dipping lower and lower, and water is flooding out the tents. We had to move the chairs, and everyone is sitting on the tables because it's so much water. It's just so much water. And I tell you, a full-blown hurricane hit this event. Thunder, lightning, it started to become scary at one point. And, you know, I think Drew was actually getting ready to call the show and cancel it. And Lyrical and myself, we ended up saying to him, you know, just pulling him aside and just giving him some encouragement and say, listen, just do your best. You know, God has a plan. You know, we're here to support you. We're not leaving.
I went to talk to Ricardo. Ricardo was despondent because he was like, man, he saw the same thing I did with all the cars leaving. And he was just like, this is ridiculous. This is crazy. I was like, bruh, we might as well just still have the show, put on some music. People are still out there. People stayed. People stayed. Let's at least do something. So we put Rattigan on stage, right?
Rattigan went on stage first and just basically got the whole party started. I mean, people ripped their shirts off. They were in the front of the stage. The umbrellas were gone. Everybody was just jamming.
While the artists were on the stage performing, rain, pouring. Like, you know, everybody who was there, everybody who was present was still having a good time. You know, guys started taking off their shirts, you know, just jumping up in the rain, waving their shirts and that kind of thing. The energy was always on a high for the first day of Drew's Day. That is one thing I must say. I'm not even gonna lie. Even with the weather.
Anybody that knows an Antiguan crowd, they know that they're a very particular crowd. And for those people that had stayed in that rain, for me and for my friends, it was one of the craziest things, and the energy shifted for me on stage because I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe that these people had stayed here for me. And it was an epic show. Everybody destroyed the place. Everybody. Baba, Lero, Stephen, we turned it. We were down in the crowd. Stephen made a big old circle.
I remember Stephen came on, and I think that was the greatest thing ever. Like, I had so much fun. Like, we came out of the VIP and we were down in general making this big ring, the friendship ring, jumping up and down in the rain. Like, it was just so much vibes.
That is one memorable performance for me. We even ended up down in the crowd doing a big circle with all the audience. It was truly magical, man. And I've never been a part of something that was so disastrous in the beginning and turned out being so magical. That was truly a magical experience, man. Big up Ricardo Drew.
This something different I never see. I never see a show continue with that much rain. People stay in rain, and when the band strike up, craziness. Crazy vibes. I end up performing. I think Bubba was on his show, and I think Second Star, a couple of artists, you know, was on his show, and we performed, and it was such a great time, and the people and them was having so much fun jumping up in that rain. Even when the rain stopped and it get dry, yo, listen to me. Memorable moment.
It was just a night to remember, man. And I remember the day after, the comments on Facebook were crazy. Like, everybody was like, yo, that was the best party we've ever been to, and that, yo, turned Drew's Day into a wet fete, and all these other things, and it was so good to hear. But when TJ and I started to do the numbers, it wasn't good to hear at all. We lost. The bar didn't make anything. You know, we were unable to pay back for the hotels. We were unable to, you know, not just to pay back, to recoup for the flights, all these other things. It was just horrible, man. But that set the bar so high that everybody wanted to come. to the truths that are following you. I say that to say, you know, sometimes we see things the way we want to see it. But what if the rain didn't come? You know, what if it wasn't one of those things where it was a huge shower and people were forced to put away their phones and weren't, you know, forced to just enjoy themselves? Because you know, when you make a decision to jump up in the rain, like you have to decide, that's it, I'm gonna do it. And the next Tuesday was huge.